Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the case of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, ages 4 and 6 years old, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there has been no sighting of Jack and Lilly, but this evening we have a special guest, the biological grandmother of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, Belynda Gray, and we're going to be talking about the story of Jack and Lilly, everything that we know, and the questions that are still remaining. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's the twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my clothes, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Hold up, lights on, chat in the room, another late night and another headline blooming. Coffee gone cold, but the story got heat, and one little detail keep tapping my screen. Coming in clutch when the timeline bends. We don't just scroll, we connect loose ends. Somebody said nah, that's probably enough, but the chat said Justin, we're coming in clutch. Run that back, don't rush that part. Something fell wrong from the very first start. Different day, same shaky excuse, and the math ain't mathin' when we check the proof. I'm not here to play detective for fame. I'm here when the story starts changing names. One clip, one call, one post too much, and the whole room knows we're coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, yeah, the facts stay loud. Truth don't hide when we bring the crowd. Screens lit up and the chat don't sleep. We dig real deep where the stories get steep. Pearls in the chat, lights in the back. Somebody better explain why the story went flat. You can dodge one question, maybe dodge two. With the internet clock, what you said don't cue. Wait, say that again. You said it was there, then it wasn't back then. You said you forgot, but the record got saved. Now the chat's wide awake and the room just changed.
Coming in clutch when it all gets strange, when the facts get buried and the tone starts change. We don't need drama, the truth does enough. That's why they pull up, we're coming in clutch.
Late night crew, yeah, we built this thing. One live stream turned to a whole damn ring. Members in green miles lines holding it down. Whole chat moving like a small town crowd. No fake hype, no lazy spin. Just one more clue and we're back again. If it don't sit right, we don't let it slide. We put the detail right up on live.
Coming in clutch, say it one more time. Whole room locked on the very next line. From the first red flag to the final touch, you know where to be, we're coming in clutch.
When the screen fades out and the night gets still, somebody somewhere knows truth comes real. We'll be right here when the next facts drop. Coming in clutch and we don't just stop.
Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is January. I'll get in a second. July 31st, 2026. It is currently 9:00 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. We love the mood lighting tonight. Well, I just opened my window, actually, and there's a fly in here, and I'm trying to get it out. Probably 3 will fly in, but 1 will fly out. Okay. Anyway, I'm in my attic part, and they only come up here. I don't know why. I guess it's in the attic. But tonight we have a special guest with us. We have Belynda Gray, the biological grandmother of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, and she's going to join us right now. Hello, Miss Belynda.
Hi, Justin. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here.
How you doing?
Not too bad. A little busy today, but winding down tonight now.
Staying busy. Yeah, I know it's
Life doesn't stop.
it's always something, isn't it? It's always something. We are just absolutely trying to keep Jack and Lily's case in the spotlight. It's a a case that's, we all, we care about all the kids and stuff like that, but there's just, as creators, there's special cases for us for whatever reason. And there hasn't been, in the public eye at least, a lot happening, not as quick as we wanted. It seems like, though, and I know that's for sure for you, Belynda.
Yeah, that really the only thing we can do, that all of us can do, is to keep talking about them.
Yeah. That's right. Hopefully things are moving, though. I do feel like things are finally, at least I hope so, moving strategically. I hope.
There are days when I'm optimistic and think, yes, I think they're right on track and they know what they're doing and they're getting it together. Other days, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. I think we all kind of feel that at sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I think it just depends on how you look at it. You know what I mean? But we're going to hold our CMP to their word, and that is answers, and that they have promised that they will find what happened to Jack and Lilly.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. The happy farm girl, only natural to feel ups and downs. Absolutely it is. It really is. Did you end up sending me an email, Miss Belynda, the other day?
Yes, I sent you an email to show you the embankment I was talking about, where you could see in the middle of the embankment, the dirt is definitely different from one side to the other.
Let me pop that up, actually. Okay, so you sent me a few pictures here, because we were talking about that embankment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about like behind here. Is that correct? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Right there. Okay.
It's actually up further in the driveway. The
Okay.
embankment, yeah, because the embankment right on the back of Janie's RV,
Mhm.
it's hard to walk behind there. There's just enough space to kind of walk around it.
Okay. And was it freshly dug when that looks pretty freshly dug?
Now, there's, what struck me with where her RV was now, I did come up with what I believe to be a reason for it. All the embankment around there you could see was baked by the sun, basically, that it was weathered. You could see how the ground was lightened in color.
Mhm.
But right from the embankment right behind her RV, it was all very dark soil. And that kind of stood out to me, but I assume it's because her RV is blocking the sun from hitting it, and that's why it's a change in color. But the part that you're showing there,
Mhm.
now sadly, I had two pictures. One was bigger, and I actually deleted it, but this one I kept because I had zoned in on the two spots where it
Mhm.
looks like ground was removed.
Mhm. Okay.
And it made me think, I wonder if that's the ground she was raking down into the driveway. I
That's
don't know.
that's what I think. That's what I think. That she was. It almost looks like all of this had been kind of dug out a little bit. This is what you're talking about, like this area?
Well, that actually looks clean in that picture. It was a little
Mhm.
harder to walk through when we were there that
Sure.
day.
Sure.
That
Mhm.
that makes it look a little bit cleaner there. It's actually right almost where you see where the
Right.
ATV is.
Right here.
Right, and if you go just up where that little tree is,
Mhm.
between that little tree and Jane, that's the embankment.
Okay, like right here.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. And this is pretty much what it looked like the day you got there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't take long to search that little yard very long at all.
No,
Um,
now, we never searched on the left side of her property there.
mhm.
We actually Saturday, we didn't go down there at all, only because there were the real search and rescue were still in that area there.
Mhm. Now, this is really swampy through here as
Yes.
well. Very
Yes, as
swampy.
it goes down towards the swamp.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, if the kids got stuck anywhere, it would be, you would think it would be like a swampy area or anything. Oh,
Mhm.
is Miss Joyous here? Miss Joyous, they found the two kids in Oregon today. I told them on the other live stream that thank God they found them. Um, okay, so that's interesting. Let me see if there's I think you might have sent one more. Okay, and this is the back. You can see it from this side really good as well. From the back here. See, like over there. And then they have like a little clubhouse here, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, now I didn't go up to that clubhouse, but my daughter did.
Okay. Yeah. You can tell she was like taking some of this bank off and just like
Mhm.
raking it out here or
That's
whatever.
what it looked like, yes.
When you were there with this playhouse, was there swings on there?
There was, the
Okay.
swings were not all the way down. When we walked around on Saturday anyway, the swings were almost like halfway up.
Mhm. Okay.
So I'm not sure if it was put up on the day prior or if it was that way all winter, I don't know. But the swings were wrapped around a couple of times.
Well,
That
I find it interesting that they got rope and tape and stuff at the Dollarama, didn't they?
now they did. They did. So I'm not sure if that was they were planning on fixing. I mean, going by all the construction stuff in the front, I'm assuming they were slowly trying to start to fix things up a bit. But I do know once Lily and Jack went missing, they really rushed to get the place cleaned up enough for their first interview. Yes.
Yeah. Was there wood underneath the swing?
No, there actually wasn't a pile of wood underneath the swings. That was put there later on. All the firewood was out in the front yard.
Okay. Mohawk was asking the same thing I was asking, because there was a photo with wood
with
underneath.
firewood there, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that was taken around the same time, because now that whole shed is filled with the firewood.
Is that a barrel there?
That's probably a burn barrel. I've actually got one similar in my yard.
Yeah, it's just an odd place for it to be, in my opinion.
Yes and no. That's pretty typical for Nova Scotia.
No, I mean, it's not odd to have a burning barrel. To me, it's just the area, like it just like in the middle of the yard.
Well, now our regulations here for burning barrels, you have to be so many feet from the trees, so many feet from your home.
There's a lot of fires in Canada.
Yes.
I was a few years ago, there was fires in Canada, and it was so smoky here. I was like, my God, how much forest is burning in Canada? It was smoky here for a month.
Oh, it's scary.
Couldn't breathe.
It's really heartbreaking to know how much forest we're losing between the clear cutting and the fires we're having every year.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that thing right there? Do you know what that is?
Okay, I can't see on my phone good, so you might have to move your arrow. Okay, now that is, it looks like a dryer, the body of a dryer, the outside casing or whatever, and it's just folded into itself.
What I find interesting here is there is no pink blanket now here.
Now, yeah. Now there's I watched another show, and that back fencing where everybody thought there was a blanket right by the back steps there on the hallway. Once the pictures were drawn out further away, you could see that it was a part of the orange fencing, and then the wood section separating it from the rest of the orange fencing.
Yeah, but this is I've got the picture. Have you not seen that picture of the pink blanket there?
I have.
I think it's on the line right here, or maybe it's right here. I can't remember if it's like right here.
From what I remember, the pink blanket that you had showed was right on the other sides of those steps. Not those ones, the other one.
Let me see.
That is where I think your pink blanket was. And I don't think it was a pink blanket. Do you see how that orange fence has those shaded coloring marks?
Yeah, right over there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you look at your pink blanket, see if they kind of match up with that same line marks in it.
I'm trying to find that right now. That's what I'm trying to.
And I think it was just when whoever sent you the pic and they brought it up so close. That's why it couldn't be made out exactly that it was whatever's behind that orange fencing, snow fencing that leaves that mark.
Let me check on that. I've got it somewhere. I'm just trying to find it real quick. Let's see. I've got so many pictures and stuff of Daniel and stuff. My microphone's giving me trouble. Okay. Let me see here. Of course, when you're live, you can't find it. I think I've got like over 1,000 individual files. It's crazy how much.
Yeah, the sad part is I had a lot of earlier photos, but the whole first month of May, I never thought to keep everything. And the storage in my phone was filling up, so I started deleting pictures.
Yeah.
Now I've got more storage on a newer phone, but the pictures, I wish I would have kept them all, but I didn't.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot. It's, it's
Same as everybody's messages. I never thought to keep that stuff from the beginning.
right. I mean, it's a lot to keep up with. It is a lot. I mean, when your mind is, going, I can't even imagine how your mind was in the, the beginning of all of this. You know what I mean? Like, just craziness. But I will find it 1 second here. I'm gonna play a video, and I want to see what you have to say about this, if it'll actually play for me. I wasn't even going to get to go on my last live last time because, let me see here. Nope, that's not it either. We may have to go over some of the documents. Did you ever hear them talk about Malaya? Ever hear Malaya said that Daniel spent a lot of time alone with the kids?
Only within the past few weeks that I've heard that comment.
Did you ever hear that recording?
I don't believe so.
I'll have to send it to you. I won't play it all here. Let me see if I can play it. It's really bad. 1 second. I don't want to. Let me see 1 second here. Make sure I got it all. Bear with me. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Almost done. I gotta edit out something here. So, okay. Okay. All right. I'll play this. I just want to give a trigger warning about what you're going to hear. It's really bad.
I do believe I know what you're going to play.
Apparently she told CBS that Daniel spent a lot of time alone with the kids. And when I say kids, I'm meaning Jack and Lilly, not his own kids, Jack and Lilly. Somebody had asked Malaya, do you think he ever touched the kids or did anything with the kids? She said, not that I knew of, not that I know telltale signs, nothing like that. The kids never once said anything, but she said he was spending a lot of time alone with them. And I'm like, how, if she's always home? That doesn't make sense.
Did you ever hear that?
I have heard that, yes.
Okay. And the next part, I actually bleeped out a word here. But to me, it just shows, because my opinion doesn't reflect Miss Belynda's opinion. We have independent thoughts. Okay. So what I say, don't take it off on Miss Belynda or anything like that. But I believe that Jack and Lilly would not be missing today if it wasn't for Daniel. And that doesn't give Malaya a pass by any stretch of the imagination. But I think she should have protected them and all that. But that being said, the night this happened, in my opinion, I think the reason they are missing is because of something Daniel did. Just my opinion. And the next thing that you're going to hear is really bad, guys. I'm just going to tell you. I bleeped out a word.
And like she would say she'd wake up in the morning and as he'd be up in the night and like do that nasty stuff to her. She'd wake up to him on top of her. Like just fucked up shit. She would wake up of the morning and he would, she would have stuff on her. I'll just say that. And did you ever talk to Daniel's ex?
No. Do you mean Taylor?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually did have a couple of conversations with Taylor.
I was going to say, I think she's being very quiet right now, which is interesting to me. She's being very quiet, and I wonder why. You know what I mean? Like, because apparently she had said that, the RCMP had spoke to her as well.
Yes.
And, I just kind of wonder, like, did anything ever happen, since,
she said they took a recorded statement from her.
Good.
And I think they did ask about pressing charges, but we're not going to know if anything along that line was ever done.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to find that picture, guys. It's annoying me. I can't find it. Okay, I got it now. Here we go, Belynda. I got it. I finally found it. Here we go. So, here's the door. Right?
Okay, I'm waiting for it to come up on the big screen. So
let me pull
right,
it like
and
this.
that is the hallway back door. Yes.
1 second. Let me see about this.
And that's the fence I'm telling you about. You see what you thought was the pink blanket?
1 second. I'm going to compare. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I owe that credit to another creator that noticed that right away.
I think you're right.
She had the picture where it was further away, so you could really make it out.
Yeah, I think you're right. But someone did say that there was a pink blanket on the side of the porch.
Now there's a big controversy going on about that right now.
Oh, is there?
In the beginning, when Malaya stated about this blanket, going by my recollection, I heard Malaya say that they took Lily's LOL doll blanket because she didn't use it anymore. She had outgrown it. And they ripped a piece off it. They put one piece, I thought she said door, but it might have been window, to cover up a draft. And the other piece, the smaller piece, was put to block a draft at the bottom of the door. That's what I remembered hearing before. A couple of weeks before the children went missing, the weather was getting warmer, so she took it down and she put it in the garbage.
Yes.
Now, the story is that Malaya is stating now is the big piece was put in the front door to block the draft, and the little piece was put out on a pole, like a rail post, on the front deck.
Okay, but did they throw any part away? Are they denying that part?
Well, she never mentioned the big part, to my recollection. I don't remember her even talking about that bigger piece, but the smaller piece, she stated, was put out on the post out front.
Say the last part again.
The smaller piece of the blanket, he hung it on the rail in the front of the trailer.
Well, but how did it get out in the trash?
I have no idea.
These lying asses.
I have no idea who put the big piece out in the trash. If the little piece was with the big piece, I have no idea, because like I said, in the beginning it was stated what was done with the two pieces. Now it's stated only the bigger piece was used and the little piece was put out on the front rail.
I've got a thing I'm looking for right now as here we go. Here we freaking go. I want to see what old girl said about this.
And which Friday, and where are you from?
Hold on, let me find this.
Okay.
I met Logan over that weekend. I think I met her Saturday, maybe. I can't quite remember exactly who she is, but I do remember meeting her.
Okay. So Logan is going, there we go. Thank you, Logan, for coming up. And let me just say this. I need to warn people of this. We have 100 vets that watching who are not in the chat. What you say is out pieces removed. So I just want to.
She talks about this blanket.
Generate a high quality.
Cheryl, I don't know. What were you saying?
That was just it. That we left Saturday evening, not
after the briefing. After the briefing on Lansdowne.
No, it was after.
Is this Cheryl and Logan talking here?
Yes.
Okay.
After the altercation.
You left, but Malaya didn't.
We all left. Malaya
No.
with her mother. I left. My sister left. My sister-in-law left. We all left at the same time.
Yes, but the altercation was before the briefing, honey.
And then there was one after, because your mother was involved in that one.
Yes, and that's when we were saying about the car. And then I don't know who came back looking for the cell phone, and we were trying to get Malaya's grandmother to leave the house.
Who was looking for a cell phone? I just caught that.
I think they were looking for Malaya's cell phone.
That's interesting to me, because Malaya didn't have her phone. I guess her main phone had originally broke. Right?
That's what I was told. Yes.
Daniel said he said Malaya threw it on a sidewalk or something like that. So we went back to look at the phone.
Yes. But Malaya
We're going to
left
talk about this
right
blanket
after
here in
the
a
briefing.
second.
You guys did it. Malaya left right from the briefing.
5 minutes before us,
Yeah, right after the briefing, up at the briefing. She never came back to the house.
No.
You
so
guys
it wasn't Saturday morning that she had.
No, it was Saturday afternoon after the briefing.
It was Saturday evening. I think around supper time-ish.
Yeah, after the briefing at 4:00.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And the blanket was in the garbage. The cops even went and found the other half in there.
Okay. The blanket was in the garbage. The cop even found the other half in there, which,
yes,
again, there's supposed to be a blanket.
And apparently that was 3 or 4 days later.
It was. Remember, we talked about it on the live. Yeah. But so if there's a piece of a blanket in the trash and the other part, Daniel said it was torn off.
Right.
And it was, placed in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Then if there was a piece that broke that had made them originally throw it away, then there should be 3 pieces, not 2. Right?
I know what you mean. The original story, there were just 2 pieces of it, and it was put in the trash. But you're right, Daniel did state somebody had to put their hand in, ripped a hole in the bag,
Yes.
and ripped off a piece of the blanket, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah. What I think happened was, I think somebody ripped it before it went in the trash, and that other piece was planted, in my opinion. I think there's probably 2 pieces, not 3, but yeah.
Yeah, as far as I knew, the blanket was on the railing.
Here?
Yeah, no, the cops came and collected the other piece. After the other piece was grabbed from the trees.
Yes, where we found it.
Now, why was Cheryl saying, I guess it's Cheryl, right? Is that
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes, it is.
Why is she saying on the railing?
Well, that is what Malay is saying now, that there was a piece on the railing.
Lion. This is what pisses me off. These are 2 kids missing, and you can't even be honest about a damn blanket.
Well, the only thing that bothers me is it's this long now, and Malaya is now saying she wants to clarify about the pink blanket, that little piece was put out on the front rail. Why couldn't that have been cleared up right from the start? Why did it have to take this long to clear up something like that?
Exactly. So, it's weird.
I'm still trying to place who you are, but
That's okay. There's so many people.
So no, go ahead, Cheryl. Just identify. How do you know Malaya? You said you were good friends with Malaya?
Yeah, I don't really want to touch on that kind of stuff. Kind of just respecting her privacy right now.
Is it Cheryl, or it's Cheryl now that is Malaya's bodyguard, right?
Yes.
That's okay. It's her little pit bull.
But I just kind of picked up on a couple things that you had said, and I wanted to clarify that she most certainly didn't leave Saturday morning. It was Saturday into the evening after the briefing.
Yeah, Susan probably misspoke.
They talk more about the blanket here in a second.
Where we said where she left, because I put the baby in the car for her and her mother drove off. But you guys were supposed to come back for Malaya's car and you guys didn't. Nobody took Malaya's car and it got repoed by the the search and rescue guy got it towed back to wherever Malaya was. So you guys, I thought her sister was,
I don't
her
know what you mean,
stepsister or
Dan.
whatever was supposed to take the car. That was,
I don't know what you mean by that. In all fairness to Malaya and Cheryl, Belynda and Justin, this episode, Cheryl states this exact thing in It Was Early On. Yeah, she's. I don't guess I understand exactly what you're saying there, Dan. Do you mean?
He's stating that Cheryl, right from the start, stated that there was a blanket on the rail.
Correct.
I mean, this is a very early on interview that Cheryl gave.
Correct.
And she does mention a blanket being on the rail.
Absolutely. But the question is, there can only be so many pieces of this damn blanket. You know what I mean? like if this blanket already ripped in two in the inside, right? They said that's the reason they were throwing it away, because it ripped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's two pieces already. If there's a pink blanket out on the railing, right?
Well, everybody estimated that the railing was in the back of the steps, because when you look at the front of the trailer where the steps and platform is, you don't really see a rail, but there actually is a very small rail there. Now, when I was there Saturday, I actually didn't take notice of that at all. It wasn't until I was shown a picture, it's like, wow, there actually is kind of like a little tiny rail thing there in the middle of nowhere. It stands there by itself. And there is a work shirt put over it into that picture. So it does show that there was a rail there in those early days. And that is the rail where Malaya states the blanket was. And that is what Cheryl was told here, that she is explaining. She was told it was on a rail.
Right. And you know what confuses me is if there is this torn blanket on the inside and it's already in two pieces,
and in the garbage, it makes it seem like Daniel had no idea there was a piece on the rail.
Right. I mean, but he says someone goes into the trash, and he says
rips a piece, yes,
a piece of a pink blanket, and then, like, you know, takes it a kilometer away.
Yes. Well, to me, Grendel is right. That kind of states that Daniel didn't know there was a piece on the front. He assumed somebody had to have gone in the garbage bag and ripped the piece out. And he actually states there was a hole in that bag, which is bizarre. To say that the piece was thrown in the garbage and he knows it was in the garbage bag, but he actually states that there's a hole in that garbage bag. But why would anybody put a hole in the bag when that piece was put on the front rail? There was no need.
You broke up a little bit there at the
beginning. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Say that again about the last part you said there.
That if he is saying that they were in the garbage bag and he didn't know there was a piece on the front rail, why would he make that story up? That is bizarre. Because right away he was saying that, well, somebody went in there and took a piece out.
Right.
And they planted it.
Which makes no sense to begin with.
Right, considering that little piece that was in the tree is the little piece Malaya says was on the rail in the front.
But how is it on the rail when it's been planted?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So between the two of them, I mean, Cheryl does state right here from way back then, she was told it was on the rail. So she was told that by Malaya, I'm assuming.
Or seeing it there.
Right. But Daniel apparently didn't know nothing about it being on the front rail, or he's pretending he don't know it was on the front rail.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying, so.
Yeah.
After the whole altercation, because they were trying to get Malaya's grandmother out of the house because she didn't want to leave.
I don't know. That's not really relevant to anything I was talking with Susan about. I'm not touching on the vehicle.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that Malaya did not come back to the house. She left right from the briefing. You left.
Yes, absolutely. I was with her.
I just want to say, Cheryl, it really seems that you're sharing conflicting information between Logan and you. Like, it sounds like, I don't want to sound rude, but like you're saying false things. a little bit. And
like what?
Well, you said about you were like coming in here to correct people about the blanket.
Yes.
And
because it was on the railing. That's what I was told.
But if you were there,
on the railing or in the garbage.
So, okay, listen to this. She said that's what she was told.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't see it.
Right.
So that's what you told. But she says something right here. Listen to what she says right here.
I was told.
But if you were there,
on the railing or in the garbage, it doesn't
hold on. We need people to just speak one at a time so that everybody in the chat can hear.
Sorry, Susan.
No, that's okay. It gets really confusing for people that are trying to listen to what's going on. So, DJ is making the point, Cheryl, that, and I don't want anybody accusing anyone on the panel.
I'm not.
Yeah. No, I know you aren't, but I'm just going to.
It's something that I noticed. Sorry to interrupt, but.
So she's just simply saying that you had come up on the panel to clarify some things that had been said.
Yes.
And one of those things was that I had said that the blanket had been put in the garbage by Daniel, and that I had gotten that from Logan and Mackenzie. Logan is here. She verifies that.
Mm-hmm.
You had said no, the blanket was on the railing. Now you're saying you thought it was on the railing. Is that correct?
No, I was told it was on the railing.
Okay. So are we okay in agreeing that the blanket was put in the garbage?
I really don't know. I don't think it matters. All I know is the blanket was found in the trees up on the road.
It matters.
Half of the blanket was correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it does matter.
I wouldn't even call it half. Just a piece of it.
Okay. So it does matter where the blanket was actually. It is.
Certainly does.
It is a significant piece to the story.
The investigation.
Yeah, the mom too, since it all matters. So just Cheryl, I appreciate you being here.
Let me see what she says here.
If you think something, and that's valid to say, just make sure that you don't
Did I see it in the tree? Yes. Did I see it in the garbage? No.
No, but we
So she's seen it in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't see it in the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But was told it was on the railing.
Yes.
But nobody's seen it on the railing. Who told her that was seen on the railing? Makes me think that Malaya told her that, or Daniel.
Right. I'm assuming Malaya, and later on it comes out a couple of days ago that Malaya states it was on the rail.
Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I think Daniel planted it. That's my opinion.
Pop's note was in the garbage.
There's
a video about it.
Exactly. No.
I seen it in the tree too. That's why I knew.
You what?
I said I was there when you found it in the tree. Like I was there 2 seconds after you guys found it.
Yes. Yeah.
Logan, can I ask you a question? Was the whole garbage bag taken with the half of the blanket in the garbage bag that was torn open?
No. See, when Daniel found out about the blanket in the tree, because he was in the woods before knowing about it, and found out after Malaya left about it, he went out to the garbage because we all mentioned the blanket. So he went out, he goes, I put that blanket in the garbage, I'm going to say about a week ago because it was ripped. So him and I forget who else, I think it was his brother, went out, videoed it all, opening up the garbage and like checking around, and you could see it. So like we called the cops right after that. Like the RCMPs came right out after that.
So that's why it took. So he said that he was told about it after Malaya left, which would have been Saturday evening.
But yes, there is an interview with him where he states when he was shown the piece of the blanket that was in the tree.
Yes.
Right away, it clicked into him that he had chucked that in the garbage, and he went out and checked the garbage, and there was the hand-size hole in the bag.
Yeah, he put 2 and 2 together, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the document says that he and Malaya was shown this, and they both said it was Lilly's. I'm gonna listen to that little part again 1 second.
Videoed it all, opening up the garbage and like checking around, and you could see it. So like we called the cops right after that. Like the RCMPs came right out after that. But yeah, it was in the garbage. The RCMPs came out and collected it and all. The bag was still in the garbage bin, and the garbage bin was closed.
Okay, just a clarification, cousin. It's the first time she's been on. I guess is affiliated in some way. Did you watch Daniel's interview on CBC?
Watched the full part of the yesterday though.
Anyway, I think they talk about the blanket
because
again
he
up here.
wants to stick with factual.
Daniel,
because of the situation that happened with your life, I do.
Bear with me.
Children here soon, so
okay.
We'll have screaming.
Yeah, mainly by Lilly screaming and is triggered by the kids.
Yes, because what animal isn't triggered by animals to run when they run around? Yeah,
by Lilly.
Listen to this. I've got a question about this, Belynda.
His mother's dog in the RV barking just shortly after 9 on Friday the 2nd. And when we were talking about the dog, you had made stated that the dog is really triggered
when Lilly does that screaming.
Yeah, mainly by Lilly screaming and is triggered by the kids.
Yes.
Now, Janie says that Lilly triggered the dog, but the dog you've seen, Belynda, that dog didn't shut up.
No, it didn't shut up. It didn't shut up at all.
You said...
when I spoke with Janie on the phone, she told me that her dog did not like Lilly, that Lilly squealed too much, and her dog used to nip at her.
Okay. But the dog that you've seen, it didn't take anything to trigger it.
Oh, no, it was triggered. It was triggered when I got there.
Right.
That's
but
all you could hear was the dog barking.
I'm talking about when you put your face was close to that window.
Oh, yeah, to the door. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, it was barking nonstop, and I just happened to turn my face, and its mouth was right there.
Right. All you seen is the mouth open.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, what animal isn't triggered by animals to run when they run around screaming and yelling?
Triggered by kids, yeah. And I had asked you I had said to you, wouldn't the dog have barked if somebody walked on the property?
I'm not 100% sure.
Precisely, that's exactly what I was getting at. I couldn't remember precisely your words, but you had said, I don't know, but you said, I do know that the dog is triggered by the sound of the children.
Yeah.
Okay, and the only reason I raised this is that Daniel said in the CBC interview that he just...
If it was triggered by the children, then that means this dog heard the kids outside all the time when they were outside and should have been triggered all when they were outside earlier.
Well, Janie once stated that the dog constantly barked at the kids and the dog barked at Daniel. Janie said that.
But Tucker, I still think there was another dog there. And I don't think that the dogs hurt Jack and Lilly. I think that's a very unlikely thing for a dog to hurt two kids. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But it's like, why lie about it?
That
The only thing I can think about is because Justin was there.
that is the only thing that I could come up with on
Right.
why it was so important to lie about
Right.
something so stupid, and not
Right.
just something so stupid. Because, like I said, the searchers were all around that property. I know they would have seen the dog. I know other people would have seen it. I wish somebody else would speak up. I do know Haley's the only one that has stated that she's seen a larger dog that day as well, I believe.
And let me tell you something. The only one that I trust you fully with what you say, because you have no reason to lie or anything like that, is Haley. Haley, to me, has been the most truthful out of them all. Like, she just didn't like, the bullshit. She was just trying to cut through the bullshit, a lot of it. Leslie, thank you so much for 21 months. Really, really do appreciate your continued support, my dear. Cher cares. Big hug, Belynda. Thank you, Cher. Appreciate you very, very much. Justin was there, and his dog was there, in my opinion. That's the only reason I can think why they would lie about it. There's nothing else makes sense to me.
Well, I figured she used the dog for an excuse on why she didn't want them searching that day.
And with
Right.
Greensleeves, you can ask Cheryl whatever you like. So
Let me see here.
unbelievable.
Respect her pride.
Let me
So
find
what
it.
you see online and spliced and diced.
Do you mind if I
I'm
answer
gonna go get my
Lori?
children.
Please.
Lori, yes, dogs do bark with excitement, but I know the difference. This dog was agitated. It was agitated. You could hear fear in its voice. And when I was up beside it, you could hear the aggression. Like I said, I knew if that dog could have gotten out the window, it really would have ripped my face off.
Yeah.
It was
when a
aggressive.
dog's like ready to eat you up versus
Right. An
there's
excited
different types.
dog because there's so many people around. Yes.
Yeah. It's like a dog's bark, like a kid's cry. You know the difference in the cries,
Mm-hmm.
the sound of it. And which dog is Belynda talking about? Well, that's kind of the question, right? It
And like I
seems like
said,
there was
if
two dogs.
Janie can show me her dog with its mouth open,
Right.
I could let her know if, yeah, that is the dog I seen.
Yeah, well, Tucker's not a big dog.
Because the mouth was open, I could not see the eyes, I could not see ears, I could only see this huge mouth.
Right. Which is just not Tucker. That's just not Tucker. At all. One second here. Okay. I'm just pulling up some stuff here. One second here. I want to go through a little bit of this, some things in the documents, if that's okay, in just a second. But first, I wanted to play something that Daniel talked about in this interview. We kind of left off where it was. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Oh no, this was it. Bear with me. Okay. Maybe that's it. 1 second. Think I got it. Has anyone heard from Daniel?
Yes, Daniel contacted Susan a couple days ago now.
Mm-hmm. Susan from
Hidden in the Fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad he contacted her. I like Susan.
Mm-hmm.
I like Susan. She's very like, she's not like I am. You know what I mean? She's very she just kind of lets Daniel go with it, and she does a good job.
We'll go in there and won't find anything?
I know for 100% they won't find anything.
So what do you make of the fact that they are bringing the cadaver dogs in?
What was your thought whenever he said, I'm 100% sure they won't find anything?
I'm assuming he 100% knows.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when we first played this, and he said, I'm 100% sure they won't find anything. The only time you can be 100% sure is if you 100% know.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
he has stated to Susan that the children are alive.
Yes.
And how can he 100% say that?
Yeah. If
he can 100% say they're not on the property anywhere.
Right. Exactly. Because he should, like I always say, he should be just as confused as you and I.
Right. Both of them should be.
Yes. Absolutely. And so
it's okay for people to say, well, you got to hang on to hope. I mean, I totally get that.
Yeah.
But none of them are in panic or fear or anything. They're just going to stay at home and remain hopeful.
Yeah. Exactly. I noticed in these documents, when it comes to Daniel and Malaya, anytime they entered these stores, Malaya would enter first and Daniel would always enter later.
Yes.
Like with the Dollarama. Did you notice that?
I've heard that being discussed. I have given that a thought, and I actually gave it a thought as to why that could be.
So look here, like on May 7th, whenever they're at the Walmart and they obtain surveillance, they later reviewed the video on April 30th, 2025 and saw the following. Malaya entered Walmart at 7:54 holding a baby. Daniel entered Walmart at 8:01, so 5 minutes later, with two children believed to be Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Malaya, Daniel, and all three children left Walmart at 8:48. I've just noticed every time that they would go to a store, Malaya would enter with the baby, and Daniel would always be in the car 5 or 10, 15 minutes before going in.
I mean, that's anybody's guess right away. My assumption was he was giving the kids the rules of you misbehave or act up and you're going to be brought right back up. That's what I took it as, but I mean, it's anybody's guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Deb. Really appreciate that. Let him cook. Thank you for that. And it's very kind of you. Appreciate you. My dog waggles his tail barking at people. If he's barking and his tail isn't wagging, someone is in trouble. Yeah. You just know the difference in the dogs and how they're barking and all that as well. Let's see here about that pink blanket that we were discussing. Which one do I got pulled up? I got the documents pulled up. Do you know anything? Have you heard anything about when they came there with the RCMP? back in the fall when Daniel was really upset when they came this last time.
When they brought the dog handlers out, you mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have heard about that.
Yeah. I really feel, in my opinion, that they were really fixed on the stove, allegedly, right? The stove inside the home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there was things burned in that stove. That's kind of where I feel like.
Could be. I mean,
yeah.
The wood stove was burning all day Saturday when we were there.
Really? Was it cold enough for it to burn?
It was chilly Saturday morning, so I could understand the wood stove being on.
Right. Okay. All right. So I wanted to talk about this on this is Janie's brother Ron. He spoke with Janie at 8:48 on May 2nd to see if she wanted to go to town with him. But didn't she speak with Ron at 6 o'clock too?
She told me she sent a meme to him. She didn't really speak to him. She just sent him this funny meme.
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, it was 6:18 or 6:12. It was 6 something, yeah.
Okay. And they spoke at 8:48 on May 2nd to see if they wanted to go to town with him. Now, it seems like she doesn't go to town, allegedly, with him much anymore. Because allegedly nobody really sees them in town together.
Well, I guess if it's being stated that she's always gone to town with him every single Friday, and that day she didn't. Well,
Right.
now she doesn't go to town, so it doesn't make it look like she goes to town with him every single Friday.
Mm-hmm. He said, Janie said no. He said he called Janie again at 10:19, and she told him Jack and Lilly went missing. He went to Janie's place a few minutes later after that, then to a neighbor's to tell them what was going on. Now, 10:19, this is when Janie should be standing beside Malaya outside, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sorry, I was saying 10:19 is whenever she's talking to her brother and saying, to me, it's weird that he calls her at 10:19. This is right around the time, not she calls him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you would think, is it just a coincidence that he calls like right when everything is like literally right when everything is happening? You would think that she would call him and say, Jack and Lilly are missing, get over here.
You would think.
Right. And I think there's a little something suspicious here, in my opinion. Not only with that, but Janie said in her first interview that she thought Jack and Lilly went missing either like right before her brother called or she talked to her brother the first time. Do you remember that, Miss Belynda?
Yes, I do.
And so to me, there's it's not just one thing here, it's multiple things that is a little weird.
Everything that morning is totally off from every other Friday before. Everybody reacted and did the total opposite of every Friday before.
Yes. Exactly. And that's not routine.
No.
So he calls Janie at 10:19, and this is just truly a few minutes before RCMP shows up. And just because of that, and not only that, we talk about, if Janie learns that Jack and Lilly are missing at 10 o'clock, like when Malaya's, or 10:01, when Malaya's on the phone with 911, and Janie says she's going to get her clothes on and she's going to go check all that area, and she talks to Daniel up there and all that. She leaves her phone, she comes back down, and she had to go back inside to get her phone. And she was back there standing beside Malaya at 10:19 when her brother calls. She could not have searched all of that, got her clothes on, and all of that in just a few minutes.
No.
It just could not have happened.
No, it couldn't.
And this is precisely, it's like, it's all of these little things that tells me, in my opinion, I don't believe any of this happened that morning. I think the calls happened with her brother, but I don't think it's what they were stating it for, in my opinion.
I don't either.
And then, let's see here. This is where he talks about Brad Wong and all that. I think this might be it. 1 second here. Oh, I need to go back a little bit. Did you ever see these videos of Malaya when she was on YouTube when she was younger?
Yes, I have.
Did you? Okay, I wasn't sure if you ever seen that.
Yeah.
So I'll send them to you. Malaya seems like she's, I don't know. She seems like she's almost like childlike, like she wants things done for her or something. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't take initiative to do stuff on her own. You know what I mean? Let me find it here. Oh my God, that's way too big. All right. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find this. I'll find it in a second then. Okay, let me go to this other part. Malaya was interviewed, I think 3 or 4 times. Okay, let me go to Janie right here. Janie says right here that Jack and Lilly are her step-grandchildren. She lives in the camper on the same property as the residents from Lilly and Jack went missing. She said she saw them all week. Right? Mm-hmm. Regarding Friday, she said the following. On Friday morning, she got up at 6 a.m. and had tea and a cigarette. At 7 a.m., she went to tend to the chickens and let her dog out. She said she went back inside and played a game on her phone. She got a call from her brother, Ron McKenzie, at 8 a.m. and talked about going to town. After she was done talking to him, she went back to bed and must have dozed off after scrolling on Facebook. right? Usually, if I'm scrolling on Facebook and I doze off, my phone hits me in my face. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate you, honey. Thank you very much. Have you ever done that? Had your phone and just hit you in the face?
I'd have to say no, I haven't.
Oh, I have. I've
I've dropped it, but most times it lays beside me on the bed.
I've had my phone in my bed and I'm looking up and I guess I just fall asleep and it knocks. It hurts. It really hurts. Okay, where was that? So she went back inside and played on a game. And she was playing a game on her phone. She got a call from her brother, Ron McKenzie, at 8:48 a.m. and they talked about going to town. After she was done talking to him, she went back to bed and must have dozed off after scrolling on Facebook. She originally said, this is important, she originally said she might have learned the children were gone at 8:48 a.m. Now, that bothers me. That really bothers me because there's a big difference between 8:48 and 10 o'clock and how you originally learned. Like, listen, if I say to Miss Belynda, I learned that Jack and Lilly went missing right before my brother calls, or I learned that Jack and Lilly were missing because I went out on the camper porch and saw Malaya and we had a conversation and she told me the kids are missing. How long? 20 minutes. That's way different. Right?
Yes, it is.
That's way different. So she's associating originally that she learned that Jack and Lilly went, how does it statement? I don't want to say it wrong. She got a call from her brother, Ron McKenzie, 8:48, and they talked about going to town. Okay, let's see here. She originally said she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 before she talked to Ron, but later clarified the timeline in the second statement. Well, again, 8:48 before you talk to your brother, and you've talked to your brother twice by 10:19 in the second statement. That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there's, for me, so many little problems here with Janie's story that just doesn't make sense. Where even Malaya is, standing. She can't be out she cannot be outside in front of the camper talking to 911 because she says she's inside in a corner talking to 911. They're saying she's standing outside here talking to 911. Like, the only three of you were there. And you all, if you're around each other, are experiencing the same thing. And it should be very much similar. Right? It should be very similar.
It should. I was actually told that when it comes to RCMP and major crimes, if you're off by telling something by about 15 to 20 minutes, they don't see that as being anything major. Even to a half an hour, they actually don't
Correct.
see it as anything really major.
Yeah, it depends. I think it depends on the situation, But yeah. I mean, the brain can be off or whatever. But here they have actual timestamps, right? She's got actual timestamps of what time they called, right? She's got actual timestamps. She knows when, like, Miss Belynda, when you learned Jack and Lilly were missing, you know exactly where you were at.
Yes, I do.
I know exactly where I was at when I heard Jack and Lilly was missing. I know exactly where I was at when Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, when I first heard about him. I know exactly where I was at when Summer Wells went missing. I can tell you exactly where I was. Every time.
Yeah.
With Jack and Lilly, I was right here at this desk when I learned they went missing. I was live. With Sebastian Rogers, I was in my kitchen on my phone. With Summer Wells, I was standing at the very top of the ledge of the steps the day she went. I can tell you, these aren't even my kids. And I can tell you where the hell I was. I got a memory of a goldfish. But certain things, now, Janie should know the exact situation she was in whenever these kids went missing.
Yes, she should. That is no different than when I asked Malaya when was the last time she seen her kids. And I was very specific. When was the last time she laid eyes on her kids? She told me Thursday night when she tucked them into bed.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's come out she seen Lily the next morning poke her head in.
What?
Yes, that is exactly what she states, that she saw Lily once. Daniel saw Lily a couple of times, maybe a few times.
When did this shit come out? I'm sorry.
That's actually been out now for, 2 to 3 weeks, I guess now.
And who did, who told this? Did Malaya say this with her mouth, or did
no,
say this?
This is, I believe, I actually first heard about this a long time ago through Lana. Malaya told Lana this.
Lana?
Lana is the one who did the very first vigil.
Okay.
Now, Lana told me because she was speaking with Malaya and Cheryl at that time. And Lana was the first one to tell me that Malaya seen Lily that morning. But it was, I never heard about it again until I think maybe a month or two ago now that it's come out that Malaya did.
Well, then why? Okay. This pisses me off. I'm not going to lie to you. Because Malaya, why the hell did you not tell the RCMP that?
But there's the thing, Malaya states she doesn't know why Daniel or Janie are lying to the public. Because they're all telling the truth to the RCMP.
But Malaya did not say this to the RCMP. It's not in the documents.
Maybe we just don't have all the documentation. The documents, doesn't that show where she's actually changed one of her statements?
Look at this. Hold on, let me find it. Let me go over here again. Now, we've got Malaya's first 3 statements. If you can't say it, that you seen your kids in the first 3 statements, I got questions. Why are you lying in the first 3 statements then?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just no reason to lie when the last time you saw your kid.
Well, there's the thing, when the documents first come out and I was reading over them,
mm-hmm.
and everybody was talking about them,
mm-hmm.
and stating, well, no, it was like this because that's what's in the documents.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that crossed my mind was, why does everybody believe what they put in the documents?
Because this comes from their lips.
It does, but I mean, I've also heard things from their lips that were outright lies. So to me, the documents could be all lies.
1,000%. And that's exactly right. Just because they're in these documents doesn't mean it's the truth. It means this is their statement.
Right.
These are their statements that they told the RCMP. Has nothing to do with the truth. The RCMP takes their statements and then they find the truth. That's the difference. So it doesn't mean they're being truthful at all in here.
And whether we'll ever get to see any more documents, I have no idea now. I don't believe we will. But I can guarantee you there's more stories into those ones if we could get to see them on how everything's been refined.
And I am wrong. Malaya provided 4 statements in these documents. Malaya provided 4 statements to police. 2 statements were provided on May 2nd, 2025. 1 on May 3rd and 1 on May 4th. Right? She says on the day Jack and Lilly went missing, she heard them playing in another room and was going in and out of sleep.
Yes, that's what she told me.
That's not seeing, right? Lilly came in the room around 8:20 in the morning a couple times. Now, listen to this. I just thought of this because I'm reading this. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. Well, she would have had to have seen them. She would have had to seen Lilly and not Daniel, according to this, right? If Daniel's sleeping the whole time, she had to see Lilly come in a couple times because Daniel's asleep. She's the only one that's awake, dozing in and out.
Right.
So she would have had to have seen. But Daniel says the complete opposite. Right? Daniel says Malaya was asleep and he not only saw Lilly, but said a word or two to her. Right? Now he says that. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. To me, that tells me she's lying right there. Didn't really. You don't say it like that. He was either asleep or awake. Not really. She didn't hear them anymore around 9:40 in the morning until around 9:40 in the morning. So she got up and they couldn't find them. So she called 911. Now, again, Malaya told you that the last time she saw Jack and Lilly was when she put them to bed.
Yeah.
Here, it doesn't seem like that, does it?
Nope.
Because if Lilly came in a couple times, then she had to see him if Daniel was asleep. She didn't hear them anymore till around 9:40 in the morning. So she got up and they couldn't find them. So they called 911. The police came and got statements. Everyone was frantically searching for them. Malaya did not think it would take days. Malaya discussed what happened earlier in the week. And this is where she talks about Thursday and all of that. And Daniel, when he talks about Wednesday and Thursday, he gets them, he tries to switch them around.
Yeah.
So that's very odd as well. But on Friday morning, Malaya's alarm went off at 6 a.m. and another one went off at 6:15, which was when she used the school app to mark them sick that day. Malaya then went back to sleep. Daniel and Meadow were sleeping, and there were no other noise in the house. Malaya heard the kids playing in their bedroom around 8 o'clock. That's 2 hours later. 2 hours after she marks them. At 2 hours?
Yeah.
After she wakes up, an hour and 45 minutes after she marks them absent. They woke Meadow up. Malaya heard the kids playing in the room around 8 a.m. Okay. So she says she hears Jack and Lilly at 8 a.m. They woke Meadow up. So she took them into bed. She took her into the bed and turned the TV on for her.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of this doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why, in my opinion. If the kids are so loud that they wake up a baby and they want, like they say, Meadow to get as much sleep as they can, what are you going to tell Jack and Lilly to do?
Hush, hush. Yeah.
That's what you're going to do, right? Be quiet. You woke up your sister. And you're
now,
also...
Daniel did state, I think on DT, Daniel stated when Lily come into the room, he told her to shush, and he used the same motion that he showed me that day. He put his finger up to his lips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to ask you this just real quick. Someone sent this picture. Is this the dog that you saw that day?
No, Tucker is not the dog I saw. I already seen the question.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's not the dog. Okay.
No. He looks like he might be able to bite my hand.
Right.
Whereas the dog I saw, I know could have taken the whole front of my face off.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So you're gonna tell Jack and Lilly to be quiet, right? And you're also, in my opinion, if you're trying to get a baby to sleep, you're not going to turn the TV on.
Well, maybe the point was they didn't want the baby to get the sleep. It was they wanted to get some sleep and they wanted the TV to occupy her.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, right? I totally get that. That's what, you do sometimes if you're tired.
Right.
Turn the TV on for the kids. I get that. But that's not what they're saying, right?
No.
They're saying they want baby Meadow to get as much sleep as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. So she says they woke Meadow up, so they took her into the bed and turned the TV on for her, then faded in and out of sleep. The kids were giggling, laughing, and talking to each other. The kids were in the room right next to theirs, so they were loud. You're going to tell loud kids to pipe it down. Around 9:40, that's an hour and 40 minutes later, she hears silence and told Daniel she didn't hear the kids. They got up together and checked in the living room and outside. Okay, I don't know about you, but that seems weird to me as well. Why does it seem weird? Well, you can generally, no matter what part of the house your toddlers are in, you know what they're doing, what they're playing with, what they're into. Number one. Number two, whenever a kid is, you hear silence, you don't just freak out, and you both don't just jump up like in a panic, like the way they're saying. You say, "Do you hear the kids?" And the other one might say no, and one of you get up and check, or you yell
or
to the
you
house.
would actually just kind of holler out.
Right, exactly. Jack, Lily.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Or one of you would get up and check. So.
But no, they instantly jumped up out of bed.
Yes,
and went searching.
Yeah, just panicked immediately.
Right.
And, I'm sorry, but they just don't seem like they're that overbearing of people at this time of their life. whatever they're going through at this time. It just seems a little weird to me. So around 9:40, she heard silence and told Daniel she didn't hear the kids. Daniel says, this is not in the documents, but Daniel said he was awake and he woke Malaya up. Said, Malaya, wake up. I don't hear the kids. Malaya said she woke Daniel up and they didn't hear the kids. Daniel said in DT's interview, they kind of spontaneously woke up at the same time. Again, they just can't. And for me, this is why I've never been able to support either one of them, because I just don't know how, in my opinion, how one can say, oh, Malaya doesn't know anything, or they were in the damn bed together and they have the same story, except they can't decide on which one's asleep and which one's awake. Right? And if you can't start out truthful, you're not going to end truthful.
Right.
They checked the living room and outside, then started yelling for them. When they didn't hear any answer, she called 911 at 10 a.m. She had to turn off her Wi-Fi to get the bars of cell service and call from one spot in the house where there is good service. Again, do you see anything wrong with that?
Now, I have a bit of that issue in my home. I have very poor cell signal, but I do have one window where I might get a bar.
I get that. I totally get that. Totally understand that. I don't know why she had to turn her Wi-Fi off, but I digress. What I don't understand is the way Daniel and Janie describe it. Malaya's standing outside in front of her camper, and Daniel's up there in the cabins, and Janie's coming out confronting Malaya, and Malaya says, she says, Malaya, what's up? And she says, I can't find Jack or Lilly. How long have they been missing? About 20 minutes. And that's where I say, well, if Janie heard them, she should have said, well, I just heard them 10 minutes ago. What do you mean they're missing? That would mind fuck you, to be honest with you. You would be like, you wouldn't even understand how they were missing at that time. And they said she's out on her phone talking to 911. Daniel says when he comes down the hill, Malaya is on her phone still talking to 911.
Yeah.
Like she's outside there. Well, Malaya's saying she's, turning off Wi-Fi and she's in the corner of the trailer. Janie, in an interview, said, you're not getting any service in that house. She's like, I don't care where it is.
But Daniel stated in one of his earlier interviews that Malaya did nothing but play on her phone all day.
Yep. Sure did. That's in the documents here, I'm pretty sure. As well. That's why I think none of this happened that morning. She had to turn off her Wi-Fi to get bars of cell service and call from one spot in the house where there is good service. Daniel walked around yelling for them to see if he would get a reply, and eventually took the Nissan Pathfinder to go look for them in the woods. Janie was also out looking for them. She had the baby, so she could not look, meaning Malaya had the baby, so she couldn't look. Malaya said she did not think the kids had changed their clothes from the night before, and Lily's backpack was gone, so she can assume she had it with her. She described it as a corduroy cream collared backpack with strawberries on it. Now, if she's seen Lily in the bedroom that morning, could you not remember what she was wearing? I mean, if you put Lily to bed that night,
would
right?
you not know what she was wearing?
Right.
Malaya states she saw her poke her head in. You would at least know the color of top she was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've got a text message from Malaya. I'd have to go back and check to see if that was the Friday night one or if possibly Saturday. I think it must have been Friday, though, but I'd have to check that to make sure. She told me that Lily was dressed all in pink and Jack was wearing dark colored clothing. That's what she told me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's very, 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 very weird stuff. So Janie was out looking them, so you could not look. Okay.
But I know those search and rescue audio tapes. They said about Lily wearing pink, but they had no description of Jack's clothes at all, other than rubber boots and a pull-up.
Yep. And that's very, very weird. Very weird. Let me find this other part here. Okay. Malaya, this is Thursday night, right? The night that, in my opinion, something is off. This is before they went to bed, I guess you could say, or they went missing. Malaya again recounted what happened Thursday night before the kids went missing. She said she put Jack and Lily to bed and then went to bed with Meadow. She continued to what happened Friday morning, which was the same account she provided in the previous statement. In addition to what was already said, she provided the following new information. She said when Daniel was looking for the kids, he opened the front door. He put a wrench on the top of the door the night before, and it didn't fall down. So Daniel said they must have gone out the back sliding door. And he just happened to put this wrench in the night before this door.
I do remember her stating in a previous statement that the door was never hung properly so it wouldn't latch or close.
I think he was locking them in.
But I don't know if she was talking about the inside door or the outside door on the porch. I don't know which door they put the wrench on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she says, so Daniel said that they must have gone out the back sliding door. The door was shut, but the kids would normally leave it open if they went outside because it was so heavy. So here Malaya is admitting that this door was heavy, this sliding door for the kids, right? She's admitting that this door is heavy. They couldn't open it up by themselves.
No, Daniel said it took the two of them to close or open the door.
Yes. Kids will normally slide it with their hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. But this, out of all of these mornings, right? The mornings she keeps them home and all of this, they get on their boots and their backpack and all of this, like they're going on a field trip almost, and they open these sliding doors together, and not only that, they close it which not normally happens. They almost never close the door, according to these documents.
But again, everything was different that Friday. The door was closed.
Yeah. I mean, everything that was normal that day wasn't normal that day, according to them. Let's see here. So they opened it and went outside because it was so heavy. There are times when they would close it. Malaya said Lilly and Jack did not normally wander on their own, only if their step-siblings were there, but not by themselves. Malaya said she had a conversation with Janie in the yard and told her the kids were missing. Janie got ready and went to look for them. She told Malaya she heard them playing outside and Daniel yelling. Malaya said she does not think she opened her phone or sent any messages around that time. She did call her mother and her grandmother after she called police. She said she used the Text Plus app because it allowed Wi-Fi calling. She since deleted the app because she didn't need it anymore. That is suspicious to me. That's very suspicious to me. It doesn't matter though, because the RCMP, and I know this to be a fact, as long as they got that phone within, which they got the phone pretty quickly from what I understand, they can go back about 6 months on that phone.
I think the phones were gotten 3 days later, 4 days later, a few days. But the thing with that app, the company that owns that app put out a statement. Now, I'm not sure who's got that statement. And the way the company words it is, if she deleted the app, then the information would be stored on their end. But if she cleared her history and then deleted it, there was no way to get that history back. That's what that statement stated.
Yeah. Thank you, Happy Turtles, for the floating heart, honey. Appreciate you very much. Hello, C Massive. Good to see you. So, yes and no. Yes and no. They will still be able, anything that has been deleted forensically. Do you know if she had an iPhone or an Android? Probably.
Now that I don't know. My guess would be she was always into the iPhones, but financially, I don't know what phone she had at that time.
Right. They can, anything that is in your phone, every stroke, everything, even if you delete it, they can generally get about 6 months. Everything you've deleted in 6 months.
I hope so.
Yeah. Some things can be a little tricky, but this is the thing. If she called through the router, that will help them. That'll help them. The 911 call is not that big of a deal because they've already got that recorded. They've already got that time down with the 911. When they are calling through the app service, they will, even if she deletes it, they'll still be able to get things through the router. They'll still be able to get certain messages through the phone. Any pictures they'll absolutely be able to get as well. So thank you, Miss Pam. Appreciate you. So they will be able to get it. Let's see here. Because I have a feeling that there was more calls made on Thursday night. In fact, Daniel, in I think it was Shar's interview, he said Malaya called someone around 11 o'clock, wasn't it? Do you remember that?
Now, I don't know. The first person I've heard that from later on was Anita. I don't know who said that first.
Well, to me, what's interesting about Thursday night is Daniel said Malaya made a call around 11 o'clock. Malaya allegedly has told people that she woke up around midnight and Daniel was doing rugs in the bathroom, correct?
Yes.
Right. And what's interesting, there's about 4 things that happen between midnight and 1 a.m. that things that they have all put out. First thing is that Malaya allegedly called someone around 11 or 11:30. Number 2, Daniel says that he checks on the kids about 12:30 in the morning. He flips on the lights, right? We can agree on that?
Yeah, I think it was midnight, he said.
Yeah, he says a little after midnight.
Yeah.
But, which he remembers that very clearly. Can't remember other things, but remembers that very clearly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Third thing is Malaya says that she wakes up around midnight and Daniel's in the bathroom doing rugs. What happens around 1 o'clock in the morning? Well, Brad and them hear and see a car going in and out of the driveway.
That is what I've heard.
Right? So something was going on in that house from 11 to 1. Something was going on in that house. Because you don't get we're getting accounts from Malaya. We're getting accounts from Daniel. We're getting accounts from the neighbors. Something was going on in that house, right?
And the trips that Daniel stated he took in the morning searching for the kids are the same trips that Brad has stated he heard the night prior.
Yeah. See, I was the one that I was reading. I was listening to Daniel on DTs, and he talked about the way he went, right? The trips he went, like that, and I thought, holy shit,
right?
Brad said the same thing, and everyone went crazy like when I was putting that together. And I said, Daniel is telling us the trip he went. He's just not telling us the correct time. And that's how normal people lie, right? There will be truth in the lie. You know what I mean? Like he did take this trip, but the timing and what he's doing is just not truthful, right? I call that the anchor. Yeah, it's true that he got in a vehicle. It's true he went down Lansdowne Station, turned around, stopped there a minute, went back up 289. That's true. The timing is not in what he was doing. He wasn't looking. He was doing something else, in my opinion. So, that tells me, in my opinion, we're getting technically 4 people's accounts between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Malaya saying Daniel, she wakes up at midnight. He's doing rugs in the bathroom. Daniel says he sees Jack and Lilly a little bit after midnight. Daniel says Malaya makes a call around 11 o'clock. Brad says he hears Daniel's and sees Daniel's car going in and out. And then we have, is it Justin? What's the other neighbor? Do you remember? Miss Belynda?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I had my speaker turned off.
That's
yes,
okay.
Justin Smith.
Yeah. So, we got 2 neighbors and the 2 adults in that house saying people are awake in that house, something is going on in that house, and then something is going on outside of that house.
That is what we're hearing.
And I think, in my opinion, I'll just say this. I think the RCMP was not in the beginning they weren't finding what they were needing to be finding on that part. And then it came out, and I blew a gasket when that came out. But then I think they went back to that part of that night. And I think they probably used some new technology. And finally I think they've got a lot more there that night. I really do. Forever, thank you so much for the flower, baby. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you forever. Thank you, babies. What was that? Oh, you're not going to be blocked, but I think they're both liars. I think they're absolute both liars, and saving their ass. They're trying to save their ass is what I think they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Miss Belynda, it's, what time is it there? 10:49, 11. It's almost midnight there, isn't it?
11:49, yes.
Okay, I'll let you go. We've been here 2 hours, so I don't want to keep you forever.
Thank you.
You've had a long day. You've tired. I appreciate you coming up.
No, I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone in your chat. That I don't want anybody to give up on them.
We're not giving up. I know there's not a lot going on, but I will keep Jack and Lilly out there. You can best believe it. Thank you, Miss Joyous. You're a rock star. Ron called Janie at 10:19 because Alvin went to Ron's. Ron called Janie at 10:19 because Alvin went to Ron's and said he saw cops there, asked what happened. Ron didn't know, so he called to ask. I believe they took separate cars, but he's not mentioned in the documents. In the documents, what does it say? Ron called Janie because Alvin went to Ron's.
Alvin actually has, I don't know who he was talking to. I can't remember who he was talking to, but yes, Alvin does say that he went to Ron's because he's seen all the police activity and he wanted to know what was going on.
But the police weren't there at 10:19 yet, were they?
It was around thereabouts.
Right. It was a little after 10:19. I don't believe him though. I just don't believe him. There's too many cracks in their stories, in their statements. I just don't believe them. In my opinion, just feels I have a strong anger against him over D. I think it might be like this in chat. I expect. Well, yeah. I mean, you expect for a mother to fend for your kids when you wouldn't even fend for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. Like, I can understand you might take more shit from your man, with you or whatever. I get that. Life isn't perfect. But you mess with the kids. Someone else gonna be missing. I'll tell you that. It's not gonna be my kids. My kids ain't gonna be missing. It's gonna be you, motherfucker, gonna be missing. But that's just me, and that's just a lot of people. You know what I mean? But everyone is different. Everyone is different.
Everyone is different, and there's a lot of kids going missing.
Way too many. And that's the thing, baby, because Mama Bear and Papa Bear should always wake up. It's such a weird thing because, like, when I had my first kid, I had never even changed a diaper. Never even changed a diaper. And the moment you become a parent, in 24 hours, you can do it with your eyes closed. It's this thing that is built in you. You know what I mean, Belynda? You just adapt really quickly. It's an internal thing within you that you protect.
I had postpartum with my daughter.
Yeah.
So that wasn't born right in me.
Right.
My son, it was totally different, but I went through postpartum with my daughter, and I didn't have that connection that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I do assume some women don't.
Right. But I mean, it might not be, I'm not even saying like an emotional connection, but, well, I guess I am, but it's this, you do it. You just do it.
Oh, you do it. Like, definitely. You feed them, you change their diapers, that automatically comes, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you make sure they're safe and sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, they're protected, they're safe, and they're sound. And the postpartum is a real thing, right? I mean, it's especially for women. But it's I don't know. Thank you, Magdalena, for 11 months. Justin, thank you for having on Belynda and Justice for Jack and Lilly. Thank you so much, baby. Appreciate you very, very much. It is an instinct, and you just look at them when they're so little, and you just think like, I'm all they got. So you just gotta be there for them, because literally when you are a kid, your parents are like God. You know what I mean? Like, they're God to you.
That doesn't change till they hit school.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then when they're teenagers, you're the devil.
Yes.
Trust me, I know all about that. But and then they get older, and then it comes back around again. But I've been very fortunate with my three. My kids have honestly, they've never hated me or anything like that. I've been very fortunate. But I don't know. I just, I do think relationships and drugs really change people. It really changes people.
That's
And,
the only thing I can think when I seen the change in Malaya. That's the only thing I could think that would answer that.
she looks worn the hell out.
Yeah.
She does.
And
I've
the
seen
only thing I was just talking to her in March. I was just talking to her, and I could hear that same lightness and chipperness that I always heard in her voice.
Well, she might have been high. I was going to tell you the truth.
I never thought of that.
Well, yeah. Listen. I will be killing.
Yeah, that actually never even crossed my mind.
Yeah. September 23rd is my date that I will be clean. 13 years, and trust me, it's I had a surgery and only used for 6 months. Knew my doctor. I never bought a street drug in my entire life. I've never done a street drug in my entire life, other than I smoked weed twice and it gave me anxiety. And I was an addict for 6 months. And yeah, she was probably high.
It could be, but she was chipper and cheerful, and life sounded great.
I was chipper and cheerful too. Yep. As soon as I went to the pharmacy. Yeah. So I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how people live through the street stuff every day. I don't get it. 6 months was all I could muster. I mean, honestly, it was just all I could. I can't imagine them just having to run for their high. And my heart goes out to addicts, because it can happen to anybody. Nobody is immune. You do something long enough, you will get addicted. You will get dependent. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, Miss Joyous. Thank you so much, honey. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you, Belynda and Chelsea, standing in prayers for answers. Miss Belynda, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Joyous. Again, very generous of you, Miss Joyous. Mr. Joyous. We're all holding out hope. I do believe this will be solved. I do. And I do believe justice will come. It's just not coming as quick as we want it.
I don't know, looking at other cases and the one that we had just gone through a couple of years ago, it's I'm assuming that this could go on for at least another 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
That is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think it's going to be probably another year, maybe even a little longer. But congratulations, 9 years sobriety. It's amazing. I do think so too. But I feel like the RCMP is being very strategic with Daniel. Thank you, Magdalena. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, love. Oh, thank you again, honey. Appreciate you for the flower and the gold coin. Thank you, lovey. Oh, thank you, Magdalena, for the floating heart. It's just
Yes, Chelsea, the RCMP assured us that it will be solved.
Yeah. They promised. And I think they know. Thank you, Happy Turtles. Appreciate you very much. Oh, we got a Kick visitor. There we go. Guys, make sure you're subbed up on my Kick. Mods, do you have that link? Any mods in here have that link? Thank you, Silver Turtle. We love the Kick. I'll be going live on Kick sometimes when I'm not on YouTube, so make sure you are subbed up on my YouTube, or my Kick rather. Thank you for it. I appreciate you. Thank you for the gold coins, honey. It will be solved, just not as fast as we want. Well, you know, the thing about it is I wish that I would never have had to have met Belynda. I wish I would have never have had to have heard about Jack and Lilly. And I know Belynda feels the same way.
Yeah.
It's nothing that anybody wants, right? I don't think Daniel wants this. I don't think Malaya wants where we're at right now. But I think because of their actions and their behaviors and their self-centeredness, this is unfortunately where we are. Thank you, Magdalena. Thank you, loves. Appreciate you. So it's unimaginable. One child, but Belynda has 2 grandchildren. How many grandchildren do you have? 3?
I have 6 grandchildren total.
Right. And just unimaginable. Love you, Miss Belynda. Appreciate you very much, hon.
Thank you.
Get some
Love
rest.
you too, Justin. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Miss Belynda.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Get some rest, honey. You've had a long day. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I do appreciate you. Just trying to keep Jack and Lilly's little name out there. I know a lot's not going on, but I really appreciate you guys for being the diehards, Jack and Lilly supporters that you are, because you know, there's these cases, they go up and down, and you know, it's not a case where I'm, you know, getting 1,000 people in the chat room or anything like that, but it's so dear to my heart. This case is, if, like I said, if I have 2 in my chat room, I'll be live on Jack and Lilly. Thank you, Nerdy. Appreciate you for 17 months. Thank you, Justin and Belynda. Justice for Jack and Lilly. Please hit that thumbs up. Continuous prayers for Shannon RV. Love you all. Thank you, Miss Nerdy. Love you to pieces. Good to see you, girls. All right, guys. I have 11. Boy, I just sounded like a really Appalachian. I have 11. I have 11 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. That's amazing. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. God bless. Lord willing. See you guys tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves, your loved ones. You only get so many trips around the sun. Good night.